like this and like that and like this and like this. Like this.
Evening. How is everybody? Yes, sir. Raise in. I got it right here. I already put it together, got it adjusted to where it's going to go, and I do think I'm going to put it on the 75-gallon Buna tank because there's an FX4 running that aquarium. Hey, Mel. There's Tommy. Tommy coming in. Tommy was first. He says, I need to start going before or after you so I can raid your stream. That's where my viewers will automatically go to your stream when mine or yours is over. Cool stuff. That's right. Work together. You know, on the YouTube end of things, there's a setting to where you can set it to where people can, well, it'll teleport people from one stream right to the next. I've done that with P-Tag before. Let me know if the audio sounds good. I know that the video is fantastic. You notice the high quality video? Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate you, buddy. There is Linda Worth. Linda, did you get your package from your win? And Cecil's in. Good to see you, Cecil. Discus North. Hello. Evening, everyone. 8th. AV is good. AV is great, dude. You know it. Invested a little bit into the AV, and I think it sounds a lot better. Let's see. Aquatic Moose, good to see you. Did I miss anybody? Paul Newman's in. Good to see you, buddy. CC's Aqua Escapes, hello. And Christine's there. Good to see you. Josh is back. I just seen him again. Good to see you, Newburn. I'll always go by Newburn unless you want me to go by Josh. Jim's Fish, I sent your package out yesterday, I think it was. So you should be expecting that. Keep an eye out. You can hear the bird. Yeah. My wife and daughter's right next door in there with the birds. We had to, so I haven't been putting some shorts out for the last couple days, and I'll tell you why that is. If you want to hear it, I'll tell you what's going on. We recently bought a new bedroom suit for my daughter. She always had hand-me-downs. It was time for a new one, so got her all new stuff, Ashley's furniture type stuff. And so she's got a couple, a chest of drawers, a dresser, a new bed. But unfortunately, and that's where my cockatiel stays. And unfortunately, those the wood gases off. You get a lot of VOC from that. Well, birds just have a very sensitive respiratory system. So we had to take the bird, move him out with the other bird in this bird room that I made. And he's a spoiled little bird. So I have to sleep in there with him. So he's comfortable and happy because he's so used to with my daughter sleeping next to him. He'll always get on the side of the cage as close as he can to him before he goes to bed. If no one's in there, he's not happy and he chirps and he's sad. So I set up the inflatable mattress and I've been sleeping in there for the last 2 nights, and we'll be doing it again tonight until because we don't want my daughter in there. The odor is pretty strong with the VOCs. It's not good for anybody. So kind of a disruption, but what are you going to do? Hey, June, good to see you. You're on break. On break from what? And June, I was just talking to Garcia about you today. I was hoping you're okay from all those fires going on in California. He said he thinks you're good because he's seen you on a live stream, but I'm assuming you're faring okay. I just wanted to check in on you with that. Tommy says, when are you going to join Gemini on Rumble? Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'd like, we should do a triple, a 3Z on there. Definitely. That sounds like fun. We won't incriminate you, just exploit you. You know me, I'm not a snowflake. I like to have fun. So, as the thumbnail stated, it is a show and tell. So, if anybody wants to come up and show their tanks off, you're more than welcome. Never had Newburn on here doing that before. June says, "For my busy life, the fires are far south from me." Okay, good, very good. I know it's a bad deal. I mean, it's got burnt down Mel Gibson's house, Dennis Quaid, a lot of stars. Paris Hilton, from what I understand, they had to leave. Thank you, Laura. Hey, Dan, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we could definitely. I'll put the link in the chat. And I did something. What are we doing? Down, big. Why did that do that? I hit a button and my screen, just the StreamYard got smaller. Maybe I just need to exit. Oh, I see. I accidentally got into Copilot. Paste. There's the link in case anybody wants to come up and share their tanks. And see how things are going. It's always fun to do. Anybody that wants to come up and share their tanks off, you're more than welcome. There's the link. So we put that out there, and I'll put it back in there. If nobody wants to come up, don't feel obligated. You don't have to, but we're going to do it. So working on, as I showed before, Raisin sent me the, and I didn't know they made one. I didn't know they made a spray bar kit for the FX series canister filters. I only seen the ones for the 06, 07 series. And he said he isn't using it, and he sent it to me, and I got it. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. And I put it all together, and I know exactly what tank I'm going to put this in. I'm a big fan of the spray bars. I like them. And I know that they have those DIY ones you can do with PVC, but by far, it's black. It's going to be nice. I don't have to drill any holes. It's just here. I'm going to hook it up. And I think I'm going to put that in my 75-gallon Mbuna tank. So thank you again, Raisin, for sending me that. I appreciate you. And you got your sticker, so that's good. I just saw a new Sketty. Hey, good to see you. Sketty came in. Josh says, I will. She's been fussy today, so letting her sleep. Okay, yeah, just whenever you can. There's no pressure. So I have another little project I'm going to be working on using my 32-gallon Brute garbage can that now holds water that I use for top-offs, and priming filters or whatever the case may be. And I'm using that Higer 5-in-1 electric gravel vac water changer as my pump for that, which is pretty much the only thing I use that for now as a transfer pump. And it does a great job for that. So I always have that sticking in that with the water, and I can use that to top my tanks off, fill up a canister filter after cleaning it. But I have some plans for that, and I got some stainless steel mesh from where I work, and I cut it down to fit the top of that, but I left room so the handle of that gravel vac can still sit in there and use it as a transfer pump. But I took it a step further, and I'm going to do a video on this thing. And this thing's going to be awesome because out in the garage, I don't have a utility sink and I don't have hot and cold water. So I have a hose right outside the back door of the garage there. Back there, you can see. And I have a table out there, and that's where currently I'll clean my canister filters off and things like that. Cleaning off pre-filters that I use on a couple of these tanks to keep sand out of the filters for the infamous diggers that we know as the Oscars and the Mbunas. I set this whole thing up. It's going to be really cool. And I'm going to be able to bring my hose in, and I'm going to run it to this garbage can, and there's going to be a valve, and then I'm going to have a little sprayer so I can do everything inside. And why that's important is because whether it's summer or winter, I can keep the door closed and still what I got to do inside. So that'll be real nice. I thought about running hot and cold lines to the garage, but more the wife and I talked about it. It just doesn't seem worth the time and money when I can just do this. Because when I do water changes, run my Python from the other end of the house at the main bathroom sink to do my filling, and that's all I use a Python for, is to just fill, so I can have the hot and cold mix to get that right temperature. But for cleaning, I just use the hose water. And currently, like I said, I filled the 32 gallon up with the hose water, and I have a heater in there to warm it up to temperature. And because it can sit there long enough, I really don't even need to dechlorinate it because it'll gas off by sitting there by itself long enough. But I still add a little bit of prime in there. And I just used it yesterday and topped off. For some reason, this 55 gallon behind me right here that's got the Oscars I'm growing out in, it evaporates like a beast. And it's got glass tops on it. I really don't understand why it evaporates so much. So I'll be doing a video on that little project. You guys will be seeing that. Kind of taking a 32 gallon brute garbage can and stepping it up a notch. Thank you, Tommy. Don't forget to hit that like button. I seen Sunfish for Fish came in. Good to see you again. Appreciate you coming in, buddy. English is my first language, I swear it. I will be here in springtime. I will be here in springtime when I have light. Okay. Now, Sunfish, the link, if you scroll up, I put a link in the chat. If you want to come up and share your aquariums, you're more than welcome. I can post that link again if it's too far gone, but I don't think it is. Hey, Jody P, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. There's Jody Mother effing P right there. Everybody knows Jody Mother effing P. 07. Why did Discus North say 07? Dan says House of Tropicals uses a brute trash can for water changes. Yeah. I don't do it for water changes. I think a lot of salty fish keepers do that, so they always have the salty water ready to go with the salinity they need. I just do it for water changes, like I discussed, but as I said, I got other plans for that thing, and I think it's going to be cool. I need to be able to clean filters out and stuff right in here, so I don't have to have that door open in the summer, letting bugs in and letting my cool air out, and vice versa for the winter. So, and what I did at the bottom of that door you see back there, I drilled 2 holes in, and I put plastic pipe nipples through and silicone around the hole. And then I got caps to cap them off when I'm not using. So you can see the pump that I use to drain the tanks is hanging on the door. That pump goes right out through that hole. And anytime I need to drain tanks, all I have to do is grab the pump, put it in the tank, turn it on, drains right outside. When I'm done, cap it. Nothing can get in, nothing, type of thing. And there's another one beside it that I was for the Python anytime I had to use the sand, suck up detritus and stuff, but I don't do that much. So I got that hold for my hose idea that I'm going to do that I was just talking about. Well, we got Mel coming up. Hold on one second, Mel. Let me do one thing. I get to see some Pandagaras again. Hey, can you hear me good?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, you sound good.
Is the camera working? Like
Yep.
sideways?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
everything checks out.
Good. The balloon mollies are doing good in here still, breeding up a storm.
There's those little cute little Pandagaras.
Yeah. I was going to feed them here in a second, but the food is almost defrosting.
Okay. Hey, Mark. Good. Appreciate you coming in, buddy. Nano aquarium guy. Hey, buddy.
Oh, and the new Scape is still doing good.
Oh, that looks real good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting some tannins or something to happen by now, but it stayed pretty clear from the new.
Real good. You got lots of life swimming around in there.
Yep, there's like 1,000 baby guppies growing out in here. Probably more like 50, but yeah. And then the newest additions, these coolie loaches, still doing good.
I've had a couple of those in the past.
These are my first go with them, and I got a video coming out about how it's gone so far since they got here. So I'm not gonna give away too much on them.
Okay.
My one baby Madaka rice fish is getting bigger every day. Now it actually looks like a little Madaka. I don't know if we can see him. There you go. Somewhere. Oh,
Hey, Gordon, good to see you, buddy. Okay, 10-4 on that, sir.
kind of hard through
That's
all the
it.
plants.
Oh, is that an acrylic tank there?
I know this is a breeder box.
Oh, okay. It's just when you went around the corridor, it looked a little. Yeah, that's an acrylic. That breeder box must be plastic or acrylic, because when you
Yeah,
go around the corner, it magnifies right there.
yeah, yeah. It's a fluval breeder box. So all is well in there. Well, I'm about to make it rain brine shrimp.
Okay, cool. Let's feed them.
Reached out.
Yes, currently we are streaming to Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble all at once. I like Rumble because the freedom of speech over there. Oh yeah,
The
time to eat.
Panagars get crazy too. Panagars love the brine shrimp.
I like watching feeding frenzy.
Oh yeah.
Right back in glass. I love them damn things.
Yeah, I want to get like a 75-gallon and just fill it full of Pandagaras. Just
Oh
like
yeah,
as
that'd
many
be an
as I
awesome
can
tank.
get. Of course, when I pour the brine shrimp in like that, all the bottom feeders get it, and nobody else gets any. They have to go pick it up off the bottom. I have pipettes and stuff, but I don't know where they are, so I got lazy.
That's all right. I love I love seeing them. I can't get enough of them. Hey, bipolar, good to see you, buddy. You got your package? Awesome. Nope, thank you, sir.
But so I pulled a bunch of the floating plants out of here and opened up the tank a bunch. Put them over here in this tub, and I had a bunch of little golden wonder killie fry hatch out in here. So not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I'm saving these plants to ship out to a certain Shirley.
Oh, Shirley, I don't know who that. I don't know who that is. Let me tell you something about Shirley. Okay, let me just tell you about something about Shirley. So,
Ah,
when I sent your package out and the others, I sent hers out, and I kept checking in with her. No, it didn't come in. No, it didn't come in. I said, well, everybody else is getting it, and so here it is. It came back to me.
yeah, she told me.
Yeah, it's her fault, not mine. She didn't give me her apartment number.
Yeah, she's also been like apparently not getting packages, like certain packages. Or yeah, somebody at the post office has been stealing them. She says, I
That's
don't
what she
know.
said. Yeah, that's what she said. But I'm just kidding. It was my fault. I double checked the address. I had it written down. I don't know why I didn't input it. Stephen P has a question for you. Are you using the Gara to exfoliate? Haha.
Oh yes, yep.
Appreciate you coming
There.
in too, by the way, Stephen.
I don't understand why they aren't
Hey
as
Mel.
big as goes.
Hey Mel, I don't mean to interrupt you. For some reason you are super loud.
Super loud.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, hold
Turn
on.
your volume down a little bit.
I
Like
know what it is.
you are blazing. Bipolar Uncle
How about now?
Smiley's
Can you hear
Aquariums.
me?
Could you? Oh yeah, that's much better. I didn't want to say anything, but I did.
Yeah, it was my earbud.
Like I was like trying to turn you down on my end and it wasn't working.
Yeah, it was my earbud.
Hey, Coro. Good to see you. Coro says hello to you, Mel.
It is a Mel.
No, I said Coro work says hello to you.
Hold on. Now I can't. For whatever reason, it's making you all low.
How about, do I still sound okay now?
Yeah, I think it's my phone. Hold on.
You can turn
Try
it back up a
something.
little bit if you need to.
Gotta love
Yeah.
technology.
Loud is good for us old folks, Scotty says. Yeah, she was him. I was like,
Is it
good to
still
see you
super
coming in,
loud?
Embassy. No, you sound good now, as long as you can
Okay.
hear.
Yeah, I was telling people that Panagars should be as big as plecos are in the hobby, and I don't understand why they aren't.
Oh, so that okay. All right. Let me just look at something here. Let me add a screen here.
Technical difficulties.
All right, now back to what is
I
this?
keep like letting you now that I adjusted the mic.
You say that again?
Hold on, I'm gonna have to figure this out and come back up probably. I'm having problems with my mic.
Okay.
All right, what to be continued.
So it says here Panagaras are relatively a small fish with adult animals growing in between 2 to 4 inches. If she's referring, she said they should be getting to the size of a pleco. You must be referring to like your bristle noses and such. 2 to 4 inches in length. Although Panagaras were first collected in 1998, so they're fairly new to the hobby. They're very new to the hobby. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Usually, every time you look up a fish, it's like decades old. But they are to get up to, what did it say? 2 to 4 inches. Let's see here. Let's get caught up here on chat. Let me remove this. Stop the screen. See, Nightbot's going to work. Mel says, I meant they should get oh, it's popular. Okay, I see what you're saying. And I didn't realize they were that new to the hobby. Cora says our Panagar is easy to breed as plecos. Like, see, fancy plecos like snowballs aren't easy, but there's a bunch of species that are easy to breed. Yeah, I don't know. I just know I want some for sure. Sketty says today is Jeff's birthday. Okay, thanks, Sketty. I'll be sure to when I see him. He's everywhere, so I'll be seeing him, I'm sure. Okay, Cece, that's all right. Cheryl says, I think she meant they should be as popular. Yeah. She cleared that up. So cool that the Panagars look awesome. Grace said the tank she was referring to popularity. Yeah. Everybody's following up with that. Thank Jody P. Daniel Ingles. I don't know if I got said hi to you, but I saw you come in there a little bit back. So appreciate you coming in, buddy. There's Dan Pittman. Hey, buddy. Lots of chat. Love it. Sketty, don't take advice for brackers from me. All I can keep alive is the Malaysian trumpet snails. I've transitioned that far to full salt too. I'm scared to get hermit crabs again. Hey, Melvin, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. There's Johnny, Mr. Johnny No Freaking Shoes. Still can't find his shoes. I think I've known him for about 2 years or so now, and he still hasn't found his dang shoes. So we'll see if she can get that figured out. And here, here is the link. Anybody can come up and share their tanks, you're more than welcome. John is just fine. I found them. So we got everybody covered. We got all the winnings out there. Everybody received their package. Their packages. I do have to resend Shirley's out. I forgot to put her apartment number on there, so it did come back to me. I just got it tonight, so we're gonna get that back out to Shirley. Hey Atkins, good to see you, buddy. So we got that. I talked about my little project I'm going to be working on with the Brute garbage can. They're going to be a Brute garbage can on steroids. When I'm done with it, you're going to want one just like it. And I'll make one for you for a small fee. You're going to say, oh my God, I got to have one of those. How much to make me one, bro? That's what's going to happen. Pretty sure. You've never seen anything like this when I'm done with it. Just one more fish. That's a rare name I see coming in. Appreciate you coming in, sir. Or ma'am. I appreciate you either way. Oh, dang. Oh, well. I can't say that. Oh, Ope Ula shipment is delayed till Friday. They might. What is a Ope Ula? Just about to leave work. All right, my friend. Be safe. Hello, Jesse 2. Who's Jesse 2? Who travels? Now, if you happen to run into Jim over at Happy Place Aquatics, make sure you wish him good luck and all the best because he goes in for his new hip replacement on the 28th of this month. So, best wishes to Jim on a speedy recovery because I told him all this time you're laid up, which is probably a recovery time of about 3 months. I said to him that you have lots of time to make content and do live streams. So there's no excuses. But he'll be upstairs and his fish room's down in his basement. So it would be pretty hard to get down there. But he can still do lives. You don't have to be in the fish room to do it. Oh, shrimp from TGOE. Okay. Hey, anybody catch that video King of DIY? I went over to his place and I liked that video because I really got to see what his setup looks like. You know, any of the live streams I went into, all you would see is the tanks behind him. I didn't realize it was so incorporated into a regular house like that. So I found that a very neat of an inside look. I don't know if you guys caught that video. I'm sure you did. Hey, P-Tag, good to see you, buddy. P-Tag and I was talking the other day about that new Higer hanging the back canister filter. So far, so good, as I discussed on my last stream, and it's still going strong. So I if it will run as long as I have in my mind expected to run, I'm going to give this thing a 5-star. But as with any review, you have to have some time with it to see how well it does. So we'll see what happens there. But I'm impressed with that little thing so far. I definitely like it better than any hang in the back. I'm not a big fan of the HOB filters. Everybody knows that. I like my canisters. So I like this setup a lot better than a regular hang on the back filter. But Now it's the test of longevity. I'm going to just let that thing sit on there and run. I am working on the video for it, but I'm just taking my time with it because I want this thing to run. Dan has one and it works great. And I believe you commented on the one of the videos and said that, and that's good. I like to hear that feedback. Good luck. I'm not doing well with it. Okay. Well, P-Tag, how about this, man? I don't know what kind of time you got. There's Link. You're more than welcome to come up and talk about it with me if you want to. And I think it'll be good. I think that'd make a good discussion leading up to the video. And I mean, I got to give this thing some really good time. Like, I'm going to let this thing run a long while before I put this video out, because I've already got a couple. You guys all know I accidentally got sent a bad one, but now I got the good one. Hey, Branton, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. How do you do that, Brett? You did that shout out. You put that thing together about supporting my channel, and I see Jeff doing that. I see June doing that. How do you guys do that? I have looked all through there. I don't know how you guys do that. Of course, I do my FU series shout outs, so. Video quality. I know it's good to see me. Look how good I look with this. This is fantastic video quality. Now, let me do a little something here. We're going to make this a little interesting. We're going to come over here. Nope. Okay. Well, before we do that, we got CC's Aquascapes coming up to share his tags for her.
Hello.
Her. Hey, turn your phone sideways so we can get the full screen.
Let's see. I was having an issue with it. It keeps going upside down.
Okay, so you have to go into the settings, I believe, on your phone to activate that.
Okay.
But that's okay. You can do it like this.
Okay. Perfect.
Appreciate you coming up and sharing your tags.
Awesome. Yeah, this is my first time going on anything like this, so I'm a little bit confused, but hopefully you can see the tank all right.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been a lot of firsts. Bringing a lot of different people up. I was Jody's first, going back a long time ago. I think Shirley, I was her. It goes on and on. I was Juanita's. A lot of firsts.
Awesome.
Now, let me ask you this. When you're not talking, there is a lot of background noise.
Is there? I am next to the tanks. So is it like a buzzing sound or something else?
It almost to me sounds like a fan running, but it's okay. We could deal with it. We'll live.
Let me move this pump and see if that works.
I just want to make sure I can hear anything you have to say is all.
Is that better?
It is.
Okay, perfect.
Shit, now I can hear you a lot better, and that's the only reason why I said something.
Awesome, perfect. I think the pump is up against the wall.
Now Daniel says you may have a switch to set. Yes, but you have to do that within your phone. That's not a setting through StreamYard that she can do. But that's okay. We can see you. We can see you. That's a pretty tank you got right there.
Thank you. It's actually a 20 long. It houses my Madaka rice fish.
Okay. It's packed full of plants.
It is. I really like this tank is inspired by all the junglescape tanks. It's been through a lot. It has a lot of hair algae that I'm hiding off to the corner.
Don't worry about that. I'm going to put you on the solo layout too, so we could really see everything. I have a ton of blackbeard algae. I gave up trying to get rid of it.
The tank, I was doing the DIY CO2 in it, and it backed up, and sugar and yeast turned my water into alcohol and
Okay.
completely cracked the tank. And I've been dealing with a mass amount of hair algae since then.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think we all go through it. Algae, I don't care what you do. You get your lighting wrong, it's coming. Even if your lighting's not on for a long time a day during the day or even that bright, for some reason it still comes. But you have a lot of plants in there, so they should eventually outcompete them and the algae should go away.
Yeah, I think it's just like a removal in time thing. This happened back in October. So it's just, I think, going to take a couple more months to kind of get everything settled back again.
Oh, yeah. Now, Daniel says here on this, do you have a Samsung phone?
I do.
He says if you pull down from the top menu, there should be an option to switch from locked portrait to revolving landscape.
All right, let me look.
Because if you could do that, then you can get you on the big screen.
Let's see.
There you go. He got you. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, now we got the full screen. Steven says, Stephen P, and I'm assuming you know Stephen P. He's the plant king. He says your tank still looks great. Can you see what I put up on chat here? On your screen?
No, I can't. I can see what gets put up. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, let me adjust y'all a little bit. The lights
That's
now
all right.
too bright.
Hey, take your time. This is relaxed here. You don't have to be in a rush. You just enjoy it.
I'm working with a new tripod, so.
Okay. So how many aquariums do you have?
I have good question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Too many.
Got the too many in place of number 9.
11, I think.
Oh, you're right there with me. I have I think 11, and once I get my 300 fixed, that'll put me at 12. So what's your biggest aquarium?
Well, that's functional. My 29.
Okay. I'm a fan of the 20 longs. I've got a couple of them. I love the footprint of that aquarium. The only thing better is the 33, and I hear you can't get them anymore. The 33 longs.
I have never seen a 33 long like.
You ever watch Father Fish's live streams?
I have a couple of times, but
he's usually always sitting in that one desk, and that tank behind him is a 33 long.
Okay, let me see if I can get y'all over a little bit. Woo.
Everybody's loving your aquariums and your fish.
Thank you. I breed these fish myself.
Oh, very nice. How long you been keeping fish?
So I've kept fish my whole life, but only seriously for the past like 6 years.
Okay. Well, that'd be longer than me. I think I'm coming up on 11 years.
That's awesome. I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the way that the light is and the angle, but some of these Madaka, they look like platinums, but they're actually blue.
Oh, like that one in the very center there where those two stems are crossing?
Yeah, I think that it's now a little bit further down over by this crypt over here. That one's blue.
Okay.
I don't know if it will shine for you because like I'm up higher. So let's see. Let me see if I can get y'all a better angle because the blue is so pretty.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, cow. Yeah, I'm looking. Cow. We've got Pete Tag and we've got Ross Baltimore up at the same time as you.
Awesome. Hello.
Now Ross Baltimore is a big breeder. He's got tons of beautiful fish. And of course, P Tag, if you follow him, you know he's got a little Petco in his basement.
How's it going?
How you doing,
What's
buddy?
up?
Good to see you. Been a
I didn't
while.
know you put me on yet, and I was like, oh snap!
Oh, I do see the blue. I do see the blue CC in them.
Yeah, I bred that. I'm breeding that out when the ones that get to the bigger size show the blue. I'm pulling them out.
Right down there, like in front of that pink spot, or behind it. Is that where the blue eyes?
They have blue eyes, and then they have blue on their tail and fin and their anal fin.
Yeah, I do see it. Pretty little blue eyes.
They're
You,
real cool little thing.
yeah, looks great. Let me see. 60 breeders are cool. They look like 20 long on steroids. Yeah, that looks cool. There now, are you going to be taking us around to some other tanks, or is this just one here that you're focused on tonight?
So I can.
It's up to you. You don't have to. I'm just asking.
I can. This is my favorite tank. It is the prettiest.
Okay, and you also have. I'm assuming that's what is that? Some sort of aqua soil there?
Yeah, it is the stratum.
Stratum. I
And
was going to say
sand.
stratum. Okay.
I got it for on sale. I do not have it in any other tank except for this one because I do not like it.
Okay. Now, did you get into any of the dirted tanks?
I do dirted tanks a bit differently than other people. I don't use actual dirt.
What do you use?
I use either peat moss or cocoa core.
Okay, I've heard of peat moss being used. I'll mix peat moss with organic soil.
Yeah, I had a tank with organic soil in it, and if you're looking for tannins, that's great. Otherwise, it just kind of stains your water for years and years.
Really? How long does it take for the tannins to start coming out? I had set up a tub of 10 gallons with it, and it ran for a while. I didn't get no tannins. Maybe it's a different type of
I
dirt
think
we've
it's
got. I got my dirt at Lowe's.
I got mine at a gardening center,
Okay.
so it could be just that whatever was in there.
Right.
But when I had my 55 gallon, it took about 3 years for the tannins to go away, in my experience at least. I love tannins, but
right, they're good for it. It's just I like my clear tanks too. So you said these are rice fish that you got the blue eyes in?
yeah, these are Madaka or Japanese rice fish.
Okay. Now, Ross, do you have some of the rice fish?
No, I don't have any rice fish right now. I haven't seen any like worth getting. Every time I see a picture of some or video of someone's on Aquabid, it seems very they seem all bent back and like too much of a project trying to figure out, can I get these right? I ain't got time for all that.
I don't think P-Tag, I don't think you have any Madakas, do you?
Yeah, trying to put these
Stephen P says, yeah, around the time the soil goes more or less inert is when the humic acid stop coming out. Okay. Hey, Big Steve, good to see you. No, that tank looks real good. You do a good job with the CC.
Thank you.
Bag. And now I see you got lots of little snails kicking.
Yeah, these are all ram point.
Looks like you got jungle vow, crips. Is that jungle vow in there too?
This is actually Val contortionist.
Okay. It's in the same family, just like kind of like the spiralis ones. They're a little different.
Yeah, they're thinner than jungle Val, and they can get as long, but I haven't seen them get that long.
Okay. Now is that a lotus there in the center behind the two stems crossing?
The two stems are part of the tiger lily.
Yeah, and then behind that, there's like a bigger leafed plant that's green.
That is an Anubias, the round
Okay.
leaf one.
Okay. So we got a good mix in there. Lots of plants, lots of activity. That's a good looking tank right there. And now, are they having babies in there, or do you pull them out and then have babies in a separate tank?
Both. So this is kind of like where. So they don't. It doesn't matter, right? Unless you're breeding for a specific line, which currently with the orange and white ones, I'm just looking for the blue to pull. But other than that, I'm not looking for anything specific. So I just keep these in here and they make babies and then I pull babies.
Okay. Now, have you thought about doing CO2?
I used to do the DIY CO2. I would like to go back to regular like CO2 since I had bad experience with DIY. But
Okay.
currently this tank grows really fast. I'm constantly pulling the valves and the crypt.
Okay. Yeah, my valve goes crazy too, but that's why I like it. Jungle valve's probably one of my favorite plants, and I do like crypts a lot. Anubias, I kind of stopped doing. I don't know what it is with Anubias. They look great for especially like a ground cover plant. But they take forever to grow.
These ones that I got in here have grown pretty fast. I think they're only like 8 months old.
Okay. Well, that ain't bad though.
No.
But maybe because, well, I really guess I can't say that because anytime I put Anubias in my tanks, I'm putting them on driftwood. I'm sticking them in a dragon stone hole, and I don't do anything special, you know.
Yeah. That
But
doesn't.
if you know Stephen P, he's big on CO2, and his tanks just look amazing. But I've never got into that myself.
I like the CO2. Once I'm done pulling out the hair algae,
Yeah.
and it at least mellows out a bit, I think I'll try CO2 again. But until I can get this tank a bit more calm.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, that makes sense. Love that tank down there, Ross. I like what you did there. That looks really good.
Thank you. It's my spotted Congo puffer tank with some Congo tetras and a couple regular super blues and some triple three Tiger King plecos in there.
Okay. Now, did you set all them river rock up there to breed in to have
I,
babies?
s- I set the river rock up so that they could have a sustainable, a self-sufficient, sustainable amount of food like the shrimp to be able to go
Okay.
in and out. And underneath of those rocks are pieces of challah wood so that the shrimp can go in between the little spaces and breed in there. So these
Okay.
puffers always have plump bellies, but I do feed them vibrobites and I do feed them snails. So
Okay. And that big old piece of Mapani driftwood there is probably still leaching tannins.
I think that I don't think that's Mapani. Oh, you talking about the small, big, thick piece? Yeah, that one's really, really old. Uh, so I
Okay.
think it leached out all of it. But when I first got it, I was really pissed. It was like a really pretty piece of wood, and I saw it. It was at PetSmart. I was like, "Whoa, what is this? Let me get this." And it turned my water like honey brown. It was bad. I was like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
So, but that piece has been in there for years. But I think this long piece, I think that's a piece of a spider tree root. That's basically what they use for the spider trees. They're not. It's not really driftwood. It's actually roots that they cut out.
Right. Right. Yeah. I think you can do the same thing with rhododendrons from what I looked up.
This is
You ever
my
heard of
favorite
those?
tank.
Oh, yeah, it does look great. I like it. Is that potho plant roots hanging down in there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like your place, Jesse. With all the pothos all over the place.
Yeah, I'm coming up on Cecil's heels.
But I had to take a piece off and put it out here. And I put it out here, and
Oh, that looks good. I love seeing the pothos all around.
this piece is. I mean, I'm not a really big man or anything, but I got decent sized hands, so it's
That a
pretty
big
big.
old leaf.
Yeah, it's a really big leaf.
Now, Cece, do you do that? Do you like to do the old pothos?
Yeah, I have a jar that kind of is sustained by pothos. I also collect house plants, so I like to experiment with putting them in my tank.
Okay, very cool. There's some I'd like to get. I want to get a hold of some monsteras. There's a bunch.
Oh, I do
Tissue
have a
culture my
really,
own
really
thing.
nice monstera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Can we get him on the large screen?
Yeah, we can do some swapsies. Yeah, see, I want to get one of them bad boys.
It started
That's
with these three at the bottom, these three plants at the bottom, and then these four popped up. This has been a year, like literally exactly a year's worth of growing.
From what did you start from?
Just these three bottom pieces. 1, 2, 3. They didn't even have
Okay.
cuts or holes in them yet. And then I think this was the first one to sprout up.
Did it sprout up from like inside the tank or just from outside of it? Just from
This
growing?
is how I put my plants. I got 2 sponges in. This is a 70 Aqua 70. I take a sponge, put the sponge at the bottom, then I put the roots in between that sponge, and I put a sponge at the top. And then I just let the roots go in the basket and suck up the nutrients. And then this is where they came from. These are the roots from that plant.
Oh, I see. Yep, I see.
A new nod came down. A new node, a new one is coming down right here.
Yeah,
So
that's some healthy stems.
this one is
Yeah, they
about to
are.
throw some more. In this tank, I have Imperial Lapis Tetras with Nequadawa Tetras. So it's Hafessa Bricon, Nekodawa, the Imperial Lapis Tetra. I have some Super Blues. I have some Super Red Cinepas in here, the pencil fish. Oh, I see a baby. I see a baby Hillstream Loach for the first time. I got baby
Uh-oh.
Hillstream Loaches now. Well, I got reticulated Hillstream Loaches now. I just saw one. That is
Oh,
dope.
yeah. It's
Just
like
saw
Christmas
one.
morning.
I mean, I've had them in the tank for years. I finally took out I had Claros in this tank. I had I think they're LDA 06, I think. Something like that, but they're called the Claro bristle nose. It's like a dwarf bristle nose that only gets about 3 inches with a marbling gold and black pattern. Really nice. I had them in here with my peppermint bristle nose. This one in piece of wood right there. But I finally took them out and started to set up a tank for them to breed in, and now I finally see Hillstream Loach babies. So maybe the Claros were eating the eggs or something, and just too many fish at the bottom. But that's dope. I finally see some progress with those. This is a
Dan
55.
asking did the Hillstreams breed, but I guess so, huh?
Yep. Down bottom, my breeding group of Bosemani.
I had a couple of those, one of them, and they're very cool. They do like the flow.
I have a mean flow going on in here, you see. Also have a breeding pair of
Very cool.
Whoa.
I like that tank. It's all dark with a big single piece of driftwood in there, like looking into a river or something. Yeah, I had one time, man, and he was kind of dumbing around the tank, and then I put a power head in there just to test it, and I pointed it towards the front of the glass, and that's where he hung out, right in front of the power head.
I was trying to show y'all my big Sveni boy, but he just freaked out, so I don't want to mess with him anymore.
Oh boy, yeah, stress him out.
This is my 29-gallon electric blue crayfish breeding tank.
Pretty
Then I
vibrant.
have I breed the rainbow tiger endlers in here too.
I always wanted one of those blue crayfish
Yeah, they're pretty.
for something different. And does he ever jump up, snatch some of them fish?
I catch a couple fish every now and then with some bitten off, like tips of their fins bitten off, but for the most part, they're pretty fast. I
Hey,
leave the blue
PJ.
light on. I leave the blue light on every night so that it doesn't get too dark and the fish don't want to just go right asleep at the bottom. Grow some algae overnight too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since you've come up seeing your tanks. I always enjoyed seeing all your tanks.
The tank that I have it right now is 29-gallon with red cherry tetras, and the the Phenacogrammus auratus, the blue lamp-eye Congo tetra.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the caves, I have the L306s, the red tiger, the wolf red tiger plecos. Those guys are supposed to get about 4 inches too. So trying to get smaller plecos breeding. I
Okay.
just put a container in there, just checked it to see if there was any eggs, but I haven't. I think these fish, they don't really care if there's plants in a specific area. I think they just scatter eggs wherever. That's what I'm starting to notice. At
Okay.
least the red cherries, but I don't think that I only have 3 adult blue lamp-eye Congo tetras, and the rest of them are new, so they're a lot smaller.
Okay.
But
I'm
this was the
enjoying a
tank.
few of Ross's fish, June says.
This was the tank that I had my really nice orange marble pair in, but for some reason the power cut off during the storm, and when the power cut back on and the freaking filter cut it back on, I guess there was an ammonia bomb or something and it killed my fish. So that was a
Oh,
sad
that's
day.
not good. Yeah, that sucks. Sorry to hear that.
$400 pair of angels gone, but I do have their babies right here. So
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, they are pretty. Look at this.
got one pair right here, and then I have
Oh, pretty.
male, female, another female, and one more female. So I'm trying to get him and her to breed. These two right here with the more of the orange on the head and the black bodies. And from what I
Okay.
heard, I got these from Angels Plus from Steve Rebecki, and what I've seen on his comment section on his angel fish, that he actually prefers the marbles that he breeds to have the white on them. So I might be able to give him something that he won't.
Yeah.
Give him something
Yeah.
that he won't.
Yeah. I seen you on Steamfoot stream a couple times. Do you work with him?
I've never been on. I'm just
That's what I mean.
in the chat.
Chat. Yeah.
No, I just like them. They're cool. They get me.
Yeah, I like them. They're fun. Hey, Hoggins, appreciate you coming in. And good to see you, Asaya. Very cool, very cool. And I think
All this crypt
she's
is this. I just had some people come by this weekend, and everybody kept talking about how much they like the crypt that's in this tank. And I just told them that it started off with a couple sprigs. I put them in the
yeah,
pots. I took some of that aqua soil stuff, just a little bit. I take a sponge because the bottom of the pot has a hole in it, right?
right.
So I take a sponge and I cut like maybe this much off of the sponge and I put it over the hole and I put the soil in the bottom over top of the sponge and then the gravel or the sand or whatever. And then pop the plants in there. And then these just been, I mean, they just been growing. I need to propagate, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, they did. But you know what? Having a lot of plants like that's nothing but good. I mean, it does get to a point where, all right, I got to do something about it. But for the most part, they're nothing but good for your aquarium. And I know that you know that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I pick off ram's horn snails in between these plants every day and feed them to my congos, even though I do have a tank just with snails in it, just for the congos. But these guys end up being like the perfect size snails for the Congo. But in this tank, I have peppermint bristlenose, the L181s. I have the blueberry tetras, which are all hiding right now in the back, which is pretty funny because of a really, really big schooling group of them. I've noticed that when they start moving, they actually do school, but when they're just like chilling, they're just showing. I have stir in this tank, which I have spots all over the glass where the eggs used to be, but the tetras ate them.
Yeah, I see that one did a head a tail stand or whatever you'd call it. They're performing for the camera, Ross.
Somebody doing a headstand.
That one angel stood straight up and down.
Look, my no hands.
Yeah. I see Cece brought us over. I'm gonna bring her back up for a minute. She
Okay.
took
I'm doing water
went to
changes.
she went to a new tank there. A lot of tannins in this one, Cece.
Yeah, it's the black water tank.
Nice.
So what do you got in there?
This is, well, I'm gonna address the big red elephant in the room, or the tank. That is a betta fish, and he's real nasty.
Uh-oh.
But the green neon tetras that are below him, teasing him, actually bully him. So he is currently in a breeder box while I cycle him a new tank.
Okay.
So this is going to be only green neon tetras because they are mean.
Uh-oh.
I got
Got
them.
some.
I got them wild caught.
Okay.
So didn't know they would be much different, but they are very aggressive.
And that's cool though, because this is how you learn. This is exactly how you learn stuff. And I can't help it. I like fish with attitude.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. I mean, I never have I seen such a little fish, and they were juveniles at the time. They're full now, full grown adults, and they were juveniles at the time, and they just ripped him apart.
Oh boy. Yeah. And on the left there, you got what? That jar. What do you got going on with that jar there?
This here, my phone charger's on it. This is a Madaka.
Okay.
And a bunch of snails. Hold on. I also got this in here, so it's not just pothos. It's I don't remember.
That's
what it is.
that is pretty. I like that. What is
I
that?
got this,
Orange?
It's like pinky. I don't know if it's gonna come up, but it's like bright neon pink.
Yeah, that's pretty. I like that setup too.
And then
No, that's very cool. Very cool. You did a good job scaping that tank too. And you're like me. I like those old school thermometers. The suction cups always fail on them, but I have a little trick for that.
I put it on before I filled up the water, so that was like the first thing I put into the tank.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do with those dang white suction cups; they always fail.
And,
So
They
what I
always
found,
do.
yep, Now, Fluval actually makes a pretty decent suction cup. So what I did is I took a Fluval suction cup because they make smaller ones, and I used zip ties to hold that thermometer to that suction cup, and it's lasted way longer.
Yeah. This one, I mean, I'm not expecting it to last there forever, but it's been there the longest out of all the ones on all my tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you on that. And you're like me. I like the old school thermometers because they're accurate, they're in there, they're cheap.
Digital ones fail a lot in my experience.
Yeah, I don't like digital. I hate those ones that stick like they're a long sticker. I've never liked those. Of course, this pink variegations and pothos are tough to come by, especially ones that stay true when propagated. So Coro's saying you've got a rarity there.
Oh, it's not a pothos. It's like a their
Is it a
common name is
Hoya?
no, I do have Hoyas. This is it begins with an A. I think they're like Chinese evergreens.
Okay. I tell you what, take your phone and Google Lens it. Take a picture of it with that Google Lens on your phone. It'll tell you what it is.
Pretty neat. I like the color contrast between the two.
Yeah. Sketty wants to know if that's a Japanese plant.
Uh-oh. I see some peacock and haps over there.
Me too. Burst of color.
Yeah. One day my tank will be like that.
God, that's pretty.
How many you got in there, Ross?
Too many.
I love an active tank though.
I'm not willing to let go some of them because
Yeah.
they're studs, and I want to get proper price for them. I can't just take them to a store.
Yeah, because they won't give you hardly anything for them.
Yeah, I seen a guy on Band. I see a guy on Band. He auctions off his fish on Band, man, and he's getting like for the fish that he has and for what I have at the same size. I'm looking at some of my fish. I'm like, yeah, I could definitely get $100 for this fish. I could definitely get, just gotta find the right people who looking for collections in their tanks. I have with one guy, but he came over last summer. He normally comes in the summertime and picks up a lot of my really nice ones and gives me top dollar for them.
That's good.
Okay. Cece, are you able to see what I put up on the chat there for you?
They said aglaonemia. Yes, that's what it is. This is philodendron.
Have you put the roots in the tank yet?
Of the aglaonemia?
Yeah, have you tried
That's
it?
the name of that?
Yeah, it's in this jar.
Oh, okay.
If you like pink plant, I'm gonna absolutely knock you all over. This is
It's a type of aglaonema, I guess. There's more than one version of it. If I'm
Yeah,
understanding correctly. Okay.
You have any snails or any shrimp in there dropping any free poop for you?
this in this jar. There's madaca and shrimp,
Okay,
and
cool.
not shrimp, snails.
That's what's up.
This is really special. If y'all like plants, like terrestrial plants, this is a plant that I created. This is
you created this plant.
Yeah, through tissue culture. So it is philodendron pink princess, and that's where it gets the pink from. But this is the form of the leaf, which is narrow and long, is what I created. So the narrow leaf version is my creation.
So you're pretty big into terrestrial plants then?
Yeah.
Okay. That's really cool.
Cool.
Yeah. I can't. The only way I keep pothos alive is by putting them in my aquarium. If they're hung in the house, they die eventually.
But this is that's a special project. I wanted to just joke because y'all liked my aglaonemia and the pink.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that. That was really cool. So you got the green thumb and the wet thumb.
Yeah.
Best of both worlds.
To put the philodendron into perspective, that is on bidding sites right now. I'm getting thousands of dollars offers.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've only showed it publicly here, besides the selling website.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, you can make and now I'm assuming you're going to try to keep that going as a revolving income.
Once the plant is sold, really you want to get the biggest price for the first one that you sell, and then after that, the price goes down extraordinarily.
Okay. Ha, funny Hoggins. That's Jake. It's got to be Jake.
Best price tag.
Very cool. Me and Pete Tag, I'm assuming you came up to chat about the Hager filter a little bit with it.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna check on other things whenever we're done, but if you're ready, I'm ready.
Yeah, well, because I've been, it's been an hour 11. I have to take care of a couple of things, so we're gonna have to get to it.
Yeah, if we can do it here, great. If you want to do it off camera or something, whatever you want to do, I'm fine with either.
Yeah, you can do it. We can do it on here.
Okay. So I since we've last talked, I've had some mixed feelings about it, and Tiger offered me, like you, another one, but apparently I already got the newer one. So maybe like at some point off cam we can kind of compare and contrast, of what the differences are. But from what she told me, that you had like a temperature controller on yours for that they added to it. Am I wrong? Did you get anything that was different as far as where the impeller is?
Is it under the impeller cap?
I don't know because I didn't get a new one. I mean, apparently I have the newest one, but I'd have to look and see.
When I look at both the filters side by side, they look exactly the same to be inside. Now I see nothing different other than they obviously fixed the internal issue.
Okay. Interesting.
But nothing different. But I will pop that cover off and pull that impeller out, and when it's time to clean it and look in there.
Okay. What Nicole sent me, she basically gave me a few tips on how to make it work better. So I'm going to give it one more attempt just to make sure that it wasn't me that did something wrong, because that could be the case because it's a new filter. I've never experienced with something like this, before ever. But apparently I have the newest version available. But like you said, that whenever you had it, my impeller wasn't working correctly, and those real thin jaws is what I had problems with. And the email that I got a reply back to was saying that a lot of that weight should be resting on that bottom piece that goes on the very bottom of the filter that kind of level it out to make it completely vertical. So I'm going to try it. Yeah, so the one that sits up against the glass, correct. So I'm going to put that thing together again and make another attempt to see if I can get it to work. But man, it just seemed like those real thin jaws was the one thing that I sent a video to Higer, and they just don't seem to hold. And I've had problems with other hang in the back, so they have the same real thin jaws and they just slide right off. But maybe it is an adjustment I have to make with the very bottom thing to keep it completely vertical, or in favor of that as opposed to maybe just hoping that those jaws would work. So I'm going to tinker with it once more. But
what size tank are you putting it on?
It is my 46 Beaufort that I put the other hang on the back filter on from Higer.
Well, that should be good because it says it's good up to 60 gallons.
Yeah.
I got mine on a 65 with that big thick black top trim on there, and it's everything it can do, but it's holding well. I thought about drilling a tiny hole and putting a little tiny zip through to make sure that those little clips can't fall off. But because it's so sandwiched between two tanks, I don't have to worry about it. Is that a blue Phantom?
Yep.
That is a gorgeous pleco.
Yeah, those.
But-
Right, did you have any issues even with those thin jaws? Did you have those things kind of slip a little bit? Because that was my issue. And I was really, and mine's against a wall too because of where it's set at. So it technically probably wouldn't fall, but I was thinking, man, if this wasn't against a wall, I don't know if I would trust this because of what I've just discussed. So I didn't know if you had that same issue or not.
My teeth haven't come off. I have to pull them to get them off, even as far outstretched as they are. I have to like grab it, wiggle back and forth to get it to come off. So the teeth are holding, but in my opinion, the whole hook design's a little weak. That's one thing I'm talking about in my video. They could have buffed them hooks up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that skimmer, it doesn't work.
You talking about Higer stuff?
What Nicole told me from Higer is the way that people made it work better is to direct to not use the rain one, the long tube that has the multiple outlets. Is what people mainly do. They just use the duckbill or whatever they call it, and just point it towards the skimmer, so that way it kind of helps maintain that skimming sort of option. So I don't know if that'll help you in your situation.
That doesn't.
Man,
I don't.
At this
need
point,
the
it seems
skimmer.
like they're just getting free testing all of the time. They just keep on throwing out a bunch of products and let you guys figure it out on your own, and then they'll take your ideas and then use it. Like, kind of a rip.
Yeah, because I don't understand the point of that, Pete Tag. If you got the output flow facing the skimmer, if you have oil on your surface, it's going to blast it all away.
And that's my thought too. I haven't replied to the email, so I got to thinking. I was just like, it doesn't make any sense. It should be working correctly regardless. And if that flow is pointing to make the skimmer work faster, then you're not skimming. It's not doing the job correctly, right? So I didn't reply because I was kind of like, you know what? I'll try it one more time, but I have my doubts. I've never used a skimmer, and I'm really not that much of a fan of it. And to be fair, I don't have much experience with skimmers, so maybe it's just me and I'm doing it wrong. Because that could be the case too.
Honestly, in freshwater, we really don't even need skimmers.
Not really. If you have a nice hang on back or a nice bubbler going at the top or something.
Anything. Anything to keep that flow going, even a power head or anything. I mean, it's just, I don't have a use for it. I never have issues with any film that's developing on the top of my tank. So, but yeah, that's kind of in a nutshell. I was going to pull up the email in case I missed something.
Okay.
So I didn't.
Ross the Hoggins wants to know, if you die, if you happen to pass away, can they have that pleco?
Yeah. Nobody else will take it.
So I talked about the brackets.
Hey, Jose, good to see you, buddy.
I talked about the.
So you're in luck. I'm already dead.
They said it's got to be fully submerged in the water, and then so I did talk about everything. I don't know. I'll give it one more shot, but I have my doubts. So I wish you the best of luck. I've not had good luck with it, but I got to put it back together because I actually put it all back in the box and gave up because I thought I was going to get another one, and they're not sending me another one because I have the newest version. So
okay,
I've used two Higer heaters, and they both took a shit on me. So I don't do Higer at all.
The hang of the back I got from the one before this one is working great. And I'm eventually, since I'm already on filter 2 of the 2 they gave me, the only thing I was kind of irritated with, which I'm not a huge fan of those cartridge filters to begin with, but I'm surprised they don't make anymore. So why come out with a hang in the back filter if you're not coming out with replaceable cartridges? And people like those sort of things because I don't, but if people do, they're like, well, what's the point? But I'm going to put my own media in next time and see how it runs.
The best thing they sent me so far that I like that works and still going is their wave maker. Not a power head, it's a wave maker. So if you buy 2 of them, they'll sync together and they'll create waves. But I just have the one, and it is it's magnetically attached, which I like.
No suction cups or nothing.
Yep, and it's got a whole bunch of different settings. Now, the other thing will be this hanging the back canister filter. If this thing keeps going, it'll be my other favorite one. We're going to give it a good test.
All righty. Well, I'm looking forward to an update to see the longevity of it. And fingers crossed that I can get mine to work correctly and hopefully make it work, but we'll see. It'll take me a minute. I've been away from YouTube for about a month. There's a lot of stuff I got to talk about in my live stream tomorrow, so I'll leave that go. It's been a long time. I've been busy and sick. So,
yeah, I got you. I hear their lights are really good. I don't have any of their lights.
I have one. It's not bad. The only thing that sucks is if you have a power outage and you have it set to like a timer of when to turn on and off, like a 6, 8, whatever hour, you have to reset it, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, it's fine for me. I'm not looking for anything fancy. Like I'm not spending like $300-$400 on one light, you know. So I'm not too picky with lights.
I have my favorite LED strip lights on my aquariums. Now, when they die, I'm going to be transitioning to all, as I discussed before, this DIY pendant lighting.
Okay.
And they look great. They're cheap. Nothing on my aquariums. Now, Daniel Ingalls, what are you talking about here? You never even put the batteries in. I'm confused. Are you talking about a light or a filter here?
Is he talking about the Higer? Or I know we were briefly discussing about the cartridges. So I don't know if that's something similar to what we were just talking about.
I don't. Now I'll tell you what. If he's talking about Aquarium Quiet Flow,
those things never work. The LED things with the batteries you put in them, those things never.
I don't worry about that because I don't use cartridges. Yeah. I'll use polyfill or whatever. Mm-hmm. But as far as hanging back filters, those Aquarium Quiet Flows are one of my favorites.
Mine, when I first got back into the hobby, I still have it to this day.
They're great. They are quiet. They last forever. They have built-in biofilter thing. Yeah. I love the Aquariums, and I like their lights. Mm-hmm. And I love their glass tops.
This is the CPD breeding tank with Mexican orange crayfish.
Okay.
They're all in this little bottom area right here. The crayfish are. And this is another one of those potted crypts. So this is a 20 high.
Okay.
The other tank with the crypts in it was a 40 breeder. So these crypts get really, really tall.
I think we have the same crypt.
You got the same crypt. Cece and Ross has the same crypt.
Yeah, I think this might be my favorite kind.
I have those look identical to the ones that I have. Like
that makes sense, Daniel. I get what he's saying now.
Yeah, me too. I didn't see that before.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I like some of their stuff. I can't say I dislike or I'm in the middle with them. And I do agree. I've heard what Ross said more than once. I think, and I can't. Maybe it was Aquatic Moose who said it on one of my video comments. I think they're focused on quantity and not quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to work it out. You got to figure it out, or your fish got to die or cook. Like,
well, the first time it threw me, Ross, is they sent me this Higer fish waste collector, and I said, "Okay, that sounds great." Essentially, what it is a plug and play sump system. You hang it on the back of your tank. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they failed to tell me. Oh, well, no, she did tell me you got to have a sump set up, whether you use a tote, an extra aquarium, and you have to buy the pump. I said, "Ma'am, I'm not buying a pump." Now, if you want to send me one, we'll do it. So she ended up throwing she threw a pump in. It was their 90 GPH pump. I'm like, well, that'll surely run it. Hooked everything up. I could not get the balance of in versus out. I was constantly trying to adjust the flow. No matter what I did, it was either filling up too fast or draining too fast. So I said, could you ask your dev team what size pump I need to run this thing? They come back and said, oh, yeah, you need at least 32 to 3,500 GPH pump to keep up. I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying one of those. Look at the cost of one of those.
Why do you need to buy something else to make something else that work?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're selling something, everything should be in that box ready to go.
Yeah, so that kind of threw me off. So afterwards, and I sent that to Jim. Jim has it. He's got a big enough pump, and he's going to try it out.
Look at these
And,
Equus.
so I tried. I have an 800 GPH pump I got from Lowe's that I use to do my water changes, and I tested them out against that Higer 1090. My 800 GPH pump shoots the water out of my hose faster and further than that supposed 1090. So is it 1090? I think not.
That's no filter on that Equus. Look at that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is pretty.
Well, Ross, what was the fish you pointed out a little bit ago?
Which tank? This tank?
Yeah.
The Corridors Equus?
Yeah. Go down the. Yeah, okay, I see him. Those things are neat looking. I've always liked those.
I agree with you, Daniel. Those are my favorite lights too. The fluval aqua skies and such, but the price tag is I just can't.
This is a fluval light.
They are the best. I love the app.
You did a review on that too, didn't you, Jesse?
I don't have any plans.
The fluval aqua sky?
I did not.
Okay.
That's my dream sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Fluval's my dream sponsor.
Well, you already got one dream sponsor, right? You got Northfin on your side, so
yeah, absolutely.
That's one of two.
Love my Northfin. Darius, we've talked about that so many times. You know where I stand with that. He's a fantastic guy, and
I was hoping to meet him at the OCA this year, but I just missed him, unfortunately.
June says she's looking at your plants, Ross.
They're not for sale. I don't have that many. You know, I cut off a piece of that Anubis and tried to put it in another tank, and it just died. I was like, well, damn. It was a nice big chunk too.
Right there's one of those spiralis fowl family plants. I got a few of those. They're neat. Your plants grow well.
Jess, I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to make sure that my daughter gets to bed. And
yes, sir. I got to do the same. I'm with you. Yeah. So I had a late night at work.
I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, fish related and house related and that sort of thing. So I want to do my thing. So right, thanks for having me on here. Appreciate it.
Sir, appreciate you coming up, buddy. And you too, Ross. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Ross. And
thanks for having me.
Thanks, CC's as well, for sharing all your stuff too.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone take care. Jesse, thanks again. And everybody else, have a good night.
You too, buddy.
Later.
See you. Hey, Cece.
Hi.
I got busy. I didn't know all them people were going to come up at once, but I always enjoy it. I always like a lot of people, a lot of activity, a lot of talking. You learn a lot that way. But I do have to get off myself. It's after 8. I got to put some birds to bed.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. And maybe we can do it again sometime in the future. You're more than welcome to come up anytime.
Sure. Thanks.
You have a good night.
You too. Bye.
And at that, we are going to shut it down. Appreciate everybody coming in. This was a really good live stream. I think at one point we had 41 people on there, and that's amazing. Had a lot of great people up sharing their tanks, and everything looked good. And that was the point of tonight's live stream show and tell. So thank you to all that chatted. And again, we'll see you on Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern on the Hour of Power live stream. And I do have some videos in the works. So you guys are the best. We'll see you on the flip side. Be safe. Have a good rest of your week. Tomorrow's hump day. Getting close to that Friday. See you guys later.